Welcome to the podcast for the sisters and bros. It will make you laugh from your head to your toes. Talking about their lives, from the highs to the lows. And the name of the title goes, The Sloppy Joes.
Hello and welcome to Sloppy Joes. My name is Joe and that is Dom. And where's Joe McGrath?
He's in legal disputes.
No. Do you know what actually happened? This is the most pathetic thing of all time. He couldn't be here yet because he hurt his heels doing a 5k.
I've told him not to run.
Ethan James is here as well. Ethan, how are you?
Oh, hello there, Joe. I'm fine. I can run 5Ks without any problems because I'm not built like Joe.
No. You are built for running, I'll give you that.
I'm built for many sports. Jousting.
Would you be the joust or?
Small men are good for horses. They travel at greater paces.
I've heard that before. I think I've seen a video of that.
Yeah.
Ethan, what would you say Joe's built like?
I'd say he is built. I'd say like
Lurpak, did he say?
He's built like Lurpak. Do you know the one in the paper though, not in the tub?
I thought you meant the 5 to 6 pound one that's like a brick.
The absolute giant one that they only use in very high-end catering.
It's like 8 children that you need that for.
I love that. Do you ever see those videos on TikTok where it's like my life as a sort of Midwestern mum of 12?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's Joe McGrath.
My breakfast with the kids, middle class, and it's
biggest
just like,
pan.
No.
Oh.
It's not a pan.
What is it?
It's one of those hot plates that goes over the burners.
It's just a flat top that goes over everything, and they've got a little square hole in the corner where they drag all the mess at the end.
My favourite thing with those is in American packets. They're not like little packets like that. They have like a sack, and then they get a knife and open it. And then like that.
Absolute, just kilos of everything's pre-shredded, pre-sliced.
Have you seen that guy from the South? And he's like,
the South.
No, he goes get that butter on, babe, and he like throws this.
Yeah, and the butter just fucking slaps everywhere.
I like that.
Yeah, I really like that. I'd love one of those flat tops.
Yeah, I just want to be there with the alligators. Imagine being somewhere and the natural animals are alligators.
We're very lucky in England because it's one of the few places that, hear me out here.
I agree with you already. I know what you're going to say.
No poisonous animals, really. And there might be an adder that can like give you a blister, but really, it's...
What about the general population?
What about the conservative? No, there's no poisonous animals. We don't get earthquakes, storms, wildfires, avalanches, anything like that. No monsoons, typhoons, hurricanes. You don't get any natural events that kill you. It never gets above 30 degrees, really.
What about when it's windy and roof tiles fall off?
Well, that's true. That counts as a natural disaster, I think, especially if you know Travis Perkins. It never gets above 30 degrees, and it never gets below -5.
No, it's very comfortably...
It's comfortable, as you like.
It's comfortably a little bit below average.
Yeah, but across the board. It's a real jack of all trades, I would say, England, in terms of
I like England.
Geography and wildlife.
I do like England, because you know what you're getting, really, don't you?
Yeah, there's no extremes in anything.
You don't put your boot on and then get bitten and then you're dead.
No. And there's never a place as well where, do you know, in Australia, you could be 2,000 miles from the nearest person. You're never more than 2 miles from a Greggs in the UK.
I never understood in America that you have to drive everywhere.
Yeah, the country was built around cars. So, like, they don't... in some places they do, but a lot of America doesn't have, like, town centres. Do you know, in England, every town, and even city, has a walkable... usually closed off to vehicles town centre, isn't there?
I don't understand.
In America, that doesn't really exist.
Well, is it just like a strip?
There's often a strip, or what is really common in most places that's not a town centre, so anything except the very town centre, which will sometimes is the strip mall.
But why don't they build the strip mall near where people live?
Because the country's just too big. We couldn't do it. Well, the English when we were there. No, but it's just too big, I think. I don't really know. And also, America's biggest thing was cars, wasn't it?
Oil.
So they built
big
cities around
Rockefeller. It's all a big conspiracy. Roads are a conspiracy.
Yeah, they are. As in the Greek island. What have you been up to this week, Dom?
I nearly died.
Oof.
On Friday. Well, I thought I was dying.
Talk us through it, start to finish.
A trigger warning, Mum and Dad, if you're watching. You said you're not going to watch anymore, but trigger warning, because it was quite traumatic for you as well, because you thought your son was dying in your arms and I thought I was dying in your arms. I was in bed and I thought I was having a massive heart attack.
What were you doing in bed?
I was playing on my computer. I was probably watching those videos of that southern man throwing butter on those hot plates.
What a way to go, though.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm getting quite anxious here, and my chest is hurting, and I can't breathe. And that's an occurrence that, you know, I'd be fully on board with having, because I'm like, okay, you know, I'm anxious anyway. Maybe I can't breathe this evening because of the overwhelming sensation of life is upon my brain. But then I thought, I don't really want to go to A&E, so I'm not going to make a fuss about it. I'm not going to kick up a fuss.
No, let me just die comfortably here.
So I was under
now.
my weighted blanket, and I thought, wait a minute, no, I really can't breathe. So I stumbled out onto the corridor, and I said, Mom, I'm having a heart attack.
Oh, my God.
And then I fell over. And then for the next 3 hours, whilst the ambulance was arriving, I was kind of hallucinating and screaming, and I thought I was being dragged to hell. And you know how I've wished death upon myself for many, many years?
It's one of your favourite things to do.
It's now no longer one of my favourite things to do.
Really?
Yeah, because it turns out dying is not very comfortable, and it's kind of the end. And you know when you kind of have abstractions in your head of thinking, oh, dying, you'll be peaceful. No, you fully understand that you're going, and you ain't gonna wake up, and you haven't told anyone that you're going, and you haven't really put your affairs in order.
Yeah.
So anything that you kind of wanted to do tomorrow, or I'm seeing you and Lizzie on Saturday,
Yeah.
oh, I can't do that anymore because I'm dying.
And obviously not specifically us, but were these things kind of running through your head of like,
yes, I was.
all my plans are about
I was
to
so
fail?
I was so unbelievably terrified that in my head there were like 1,000 thoughts going at the same time, trying to rationalise and comfort myself that I was dying. So, oh, people have died at 33 before.
Jesus.
Greater men than you have died
Jesus.
before 33. It's a natural thing. You're all right. It's comfy. Don't worry about it. I was trying so hard. It wasn't nice.
So
But
did you pass out?
I was in and out, and every time I kept passing out, I thought I was going to go. And my dad was behind me, holding me.
Was your dad crying in that?
I don't know, I can't remember. But I remember when the paramedics came, they had to call the police because apparently I was being violent.
And if of all the people to judge that, you'd think, you know, the emergency services might have a grip on what is and
And I
isn't
remember my
violent.
mum
What were you
saying-
doing that was violent? Weren't you too busy dying? How
They were
you
trying to
still
pick me
yourself?
up, and I was pushing them back down
Come
so
to
they
hell
couldn't
with
move
me.
me.
Come to hell with
because
me.
I thought I was being taken somewhere, and I was like, no! And I was resisting so much. I wasn't like punching people. I wasn't John Wick, you know. I was just on the floor, scared.
Bloody hell. So then what?
What
What was your mum doing in all this?
on the phone. And
To her friends?
And there was... Yeah, it's just fucking RNLI updating a subscription donation package.
Just quickly, have we spoke about the RNLI before on here? Have I mentioned this? I honestly think the RNLI is one of the greatest works of PR in the history of humanity.
Mate, it's just a taxi service from the people in Dover coming here.
Nice. It's like one of the top 10 charities donated to in the country. And it's
What do they do apart from...
lifeboats. And I get that when you are in need of a lifeboat, you're pretty in need of a
They
lifeboat.
don't need billions of pounds,
But
though, do they?
Me and no one I've ever met has ever been part of a lifeboat rescue. And yet they're literally like the 12th most donated to charity in the country.
I wonder what they do. The head of music at our school, for a promotional video once for the for the school, he was talking about the charitable status of this music school.
Yeah.
And his brother's David Threlfall, the actor, he's got a very thick Mancunian accent. I probably can't do it, but he was talking about the charitable status of the school and going, the school is for everyone. I mean, it's kind of like the sea. I mean, everybody uses the sea.
That's a good point.
What do you mean? If you unpack that sentence, everybody uses the sea.
Unless obviously you live in, the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is the second largest country in Africa and is landlocked.
Like Prussia.
Everybody uses the sea.
Everybody uses the sea. Everybody sits on my mother's knee.
Yeah, bloody hell. That's a very fine thing. So speaking of your mother's knee, she sat down, she's on the phone to her friends, completely
Well, I was
belligerent.
hallucinating that my nan was here, and my nan used to dye her hair red, but she was just this ball of string of red here. and on the right it was this white orb, and I'd watched the History Channel previously that day, and it said, don't go into the light because that's reincarnation. And I thought, fuck that, I don't want to come back here, so I'll look here. And I was fighting with something, Joe. I think I've been possessed for a long time, and I think if you've watched previous podcasts, that explanation would make sense.
So you think your body was casting out the demons?
I think the Lord God and Jesus Christ, his only son, took away that demon in me.
And then what happened? Did you go to the hospital?
Yeah, and then there was a Spanish nurse who didn't really want me there. And I had blood tests and ECGs, and apparently the hormone of the heart attack was in my blood, but my heart's fine. So they just kicked me out in the morning.
So had you had a heart attack?
I don't know. I don't think so.
To be fair, if you had, they would know and they wouldn't have kicked you out. Because my dad had a heart attack like 20 years ago.
Yes.
And his heart wasn't damaged by it, but they could still detect it on the blood tests and stuff.
Yeah.
And kept him in for 5 days. And I know the NHS has gone downhill since then.
I mean, Tameside is the worst hospital in the country.
Yeah. But they still, if you'd
had a heart
attack,
even they would kick me out.
No, they would just heart attack. Really?
We've got people on the corridor with broken legs.
We've got bigger fish to fry, man. That guy's got half a head left. Hi. Yeah, I think you've had a heart attack too. So what do we think it was? Just a tremendous anxiety attack?
I think it was the worst panic attack I've ever had in my life. And you know when people say, "Oh, I had a panic attack," you go, "Yeah, grow up."
Yeah.
No, I genuinely thought I was off. I was going.
That's horrible. The fact that you were like in and out of consciousness is really scary. It's amazing that what actually is going on there for you. Because when you have a heart attack and you pass out, part of that is because you're not getting enough blood to your brain. And stuff. I wonder what made you actually pass out. Maybe you still weren't getting enough breathing. Maybe too much breathing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Or maybe the demons.
Oh, of course, I forgot the demons in all of this.
No, there was a demon, and it was shaped like me, like a potato. And
like a smiley face.
Yeah, like one of those smiley. Those were very good, weren't they?
Delicious.
Do you know what the biggest disappointment in my life was? Thinking that the smiley faces that you had in school that were fried are the same ones you can buy from the supermarket and put in the oven, and they taste completely different because they're not fried. I mean, you can fry them, obviously.
Obviously, not to sort of kind of dwell on a small semantic. That's the biggest disappointment in your life.
Yeah. And when they took away turkey twizzlers.
Yeah, there we go.
And cheese pie at school was very good, wasn't it?
Is that we're talking about disappointments?
Yeah. But the disappointment was I can never get back to, that cheese pie. Have you heard of the Aristotelian thing of the truth on the wall?
No.
There's always the absolute of something on the cave of the wall. And that cheese pie is the absolute cheese pie.
That was the sort of the platonic cheese pie.
Yeah, the platonic ideal. Yeah, it was the platonic ideal of the cheese pie. And I'll never be able to get back to that platonic ideal of the cheese pie.
I'm the same with Butter Linda. I really miss Butter Linda and her butter.
Is that one of your mum's friends?
No, sorry. This is the woman who used to put...
Why are you off in the corner there?
This is the woman who used to put butter on me toast at the childcare in the mornings to a golden
she buttered it better
standard.
than anyone.
Yeah,
I know, but does it not depend on the type of the butter?
Well, who knows? But that's what Linda brought to the table: the right choice of butter, the right amount, the right spread.
You know what will unlock a memory for you that I've never considered before?
Go on.
If you get, how long has it been since you've had margarine?
Oh, probably not since school.
Yeah, have it. It'll
On
bring you back.
toast?
It'll bring you back somewhere.
Because when we were at school, we're going to come back to your death, by the way. Because when we were at school,
I'm over it now.
Margarine was the healthy option, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas now everyone's back on butter again.
Yeah.
It will be I can sort of taste it.
Yeah.
It's like
It's sweet almost.
yeah, but in a kind of chemically way.
Yes.
Oh my god!
It's very good. Very strange.
Margarine on a tea cake. I used to get that at
Yeah.
school. That's going to make me cry if I eat that.
That's it.
Because I had a margarine and genuinely
It soaks in, and it's like
it's slightly
glistening.
more green than it is yellow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Did we have school milk when we were in school?
I did.
Oh,
We used to have milk, yeah.
I never had milk.
Did you not? We used to have a little carton of milk.
well, we had the cartons, Joe, but this was when the first time where I realised I was different to everyone else and I couldn't fit in
In the carton of milk.
because everyone else was on the cartons.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the back kitchens to go collect my special rice milk because I was allergic to the normal milk, so I had to have a little bit of rice milk. But then it turns out rice milk was the thing that was ruining my teeth all along.
Why?
Because they're full of sugar.
So when was this? Like early 2000s?
Back in the day.
I didn't even know rice milk was a thing. Surely soy or like oat milk were more popular than rice.
No, rice for me. So yeah, I missed out on the cartons with everyone. But sometimes what they do is, to make me feel included, they'd empty the carton and fill it up with rice milk. So I felt like I had a carton.
Pathetic, isn't it?
Did you? I never had crisps on the playground at break when I was a child. So everyone else had crisps at break, and I used to go round with my hands open like this and go, "Have some." They go away, you scav, go away, you scav. But more fool them, because at the end of break, I had an accumulation of many varying flavours of crisps,
Yes.
a cornucopia of crisps,
Absolutely.
in my hand, and they only had the taste of one. So who was
Yes. But Dom,
losing there?
at what cost?
My heart
A
at
dignity.
33 years old.
Your dignity.
Yeah, my dignity went out the window I trained no dignity into my lifestyle quite
Pretty
early on. Yeah.
So you left hospital. Have you? This honestly, it sounds horrific. That it sounds really bad.
Yeah, for about 3 days it's annoying because what you said on the phone where everything will just go back to normal has kind of happened a little bit. But for about 4 days I was walking around going frightened. I'm trying to take everything in, so to enjoy everything.
Yeah.
And I still want that. I'll never wish death upon myself anymore. No shit's going past my lips, only as a treat. And I think for the past 15, 20 years, I've been treating treats as quotidian.
Standard. Yeah.
You know, I was talking about my rap schedule the other day. Was it you I was talking about? Rap? 16 raps a day in bed.
16 raps a day.
And with Lurpak, which is on those bovine trials now as well.
What?
Those bovine trials.
Bovine trial. What's that, like Crufts? For cows?
What the Secret Service for bovine for cows, yeah.
What is this?
Testing out for Man United. See, that was a football joke.
That's really
Stretford
nice.
Paddock, if you're watching. Oh, you're Stretford Paddock.
I am sure about it, but I'm not watching. Carry on. What are bovine trials?
They're injecting cows with some kind of thing that makes them less
Gassy.
flatulent.
I've heard this.
Yeah. But what will that do to you and me and our future children, Joe?
Have you heard about this, Ethan?
No.
Because did you know that the gas that comes out of cows, actually most of it's the burps, not the farts. But the farts are bad,
I
too.
don't think I've ever heard a cow burp.
Fart?
I don't think I've ever heard a cow
Cows
fart.
don't burp. You've made that up.
Cows burping is one of the worst things for the environment.
What? And no one's ever seen it before.
Sorry, yeah, how much time... You do spend a lot of time around cows, obviously, yeah.
I
My
did.
fault,
I once
yeah.
spent that beach period with the cows.
Spent a beach with a cow.
I shared a beach with a load of cows
For
for a
how
few
long?
hours. 3 hours. Not
Is that
one
like
burp.
that? Is that like that tropical island with the pigs that go in the sea, but with instead of pigs, it's cows
Well, yeah, it was in a dam, but the Highland cows.
in a dam with Highland cows?
Yeah, and they kept shitting everywhere. Not once did the burp. Not once. Not once.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, cow burps are really bad. And just cow gas generally, because methane is something like 5 times worse for the environment than carbon dioxide.
What about forest fires?
Sorry?
Are they bad?
Yes?
What about oil spills? Are they bad?
Yeah?
Well,
It's not one or the other, though, is it? We can try and fix all of them, I think.
oh, right, okay.
So they injecting them with something to stop them farting and burping?
Yeah, but Lurpak.
What are they injecting them with?
There you go.
So talk to me about your new lifestyle then, post-death.
I've lost 6 pounds since Friday.
Brilliant.
And
Back gambling.
a little bit of weight as well. Yeah, that was an easy one for you, John.
Tapping, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. I'm not putting any shit in my body.
What have you been eating?
Eggs, a lot of
Great.
eggs.
A lot of eggs.
But tell you what I've been eating that's fantastic. And
Yeah.
I sent it to Lizzie and you.
Yeah.
Did I send it to you? Drug eggs.
For fuck's sake. How has he done it, Ethan? He's found the worst type of eggs you can possibly have. You just can't quite go on the straight and narrow, can you? Drug eggs.
Fentanyl laced
Blood
eggs.
eggs. Death eggs. Cum eggs. It's eggs, but it's got one of the deadly sins
Eggs.
attached to it.
With a twist.
Gluttony eggs. Easter eggs. Go on. What are drug eggs? That's not a thing.
Drug eggs.
I'm actually being really healthy.
They're like
What are you
love
eating?
eggs.
Just drug eggs.
But drug eggs.
Yeah. Go on. What are you being?
They're just marinated eggs.
Oh, right, okay.
In fentanyl.
Yeah.
So you get base.
Fentanyl
It's
eggs.
just a tub of terps, and you put boiled eggs in.
And it strips the shell for you, which is great. Saves you the time there.
Oh, that tickled me. I don't know why.
What are drug eggs?
They're marinated in soy sauce, chili, spring onions, sesame seeds, ginger, garlic, a little bit of honey, a little bit of sriracha, a little bit of oyster sauce. Leave them overnight. Slice them open. I'm fantastic at making soft-boiled eggs now. 6 minutes, immediately into cold water.
Yeah.
Then you open them up, put them on top of rice, put some of the marinade in the rice, over the eggs, sesame seeds, bit of sauce over the top, a bit of green veg, like sweet peas. You're satisfied.
That sounds fantastic.
It's very good.
And relatively healthy as well.
It was
Very healthy.
150 calories per egg.
I should be still.
Isn't that right?
I think that's very true. I think that's really good. I heard something the other day that's quite. Do you know when people talk about diets?
Yeah.
I heard it in its most simplest form the other day that most of the and this is quite a harsh thing to have to realise, but someone was saying, as a doctor, and he was saying that most of the food you eat shouldn't be that tasty. Like, as a general rule, we crave food that tastes really good, and things that taste really good are fat, sugar and salt, and they are 3 of the worst things for you.
I think the issue with the sugar, fat and salt is that when you eat them, you don't get full.
Yeah.
I could have 16 of those wraps and I'd feel sick and ill and full.
Whereas protein, for
But
the
I'd
same
still
amount of
want
grams,
something else.
you're not going to be hungry.
So I'd watch porn, you know.
Yeah. Eat that.
Yeah.
But apparently, so most of the food you eat shouldn't be that full of flavour, like chips or bread or whatever. Like, really, you should have stuff that tastes all right, and then occasionally, as a treat, you have something that's full of flavour that's really nice.
I had this fantastic mindset about 10 years ago where I lost 3 stone in a month.
What, did you chop your own arse off?
No, I thought, how did my ancestors live? Has my body, has my nature changed since the Neanderthal times? Don't joke about that. I know some people might argue I do look like a Neolithic man.
No chance.
And I have been cast as a Neolithic man, and I have had many auditions for Neolithic men. Regardless.
Well, actually, that only plays into your point.
And I don't have opposable thumbs.
No.
My thumbs can't bend, so, you know, I've kind of ruined my own argument there.
No, you've bolstered it.
Where was I going to go
You're
with
saying
this?
how we haven't changed since those times.
Yes, I'm the missing link.
Case in point.
Right? So I thought, what would they eat if I was shoved in the forest now? Berries.
Yeah.
Maybe a squirrel if I could catch it. Maybe. Or a squirrel carcass.
Yeah. Would you start eating roadkill?
Yes. Imagine.
A dog.
Or my family members,
clearly rotten.
if I was really desperate, I'd be eating them.
So what did you eat that day?
A can of tuna a day.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, necessarily I wouldn't have found tuna in
Well, it depends.
1,000
What
years
year
ago.
was John West born? How many millennia ago was he? Because I think he was the original West Coast. That's how he got the surname.
But
He
I
was the
lost
first man
a
to
hell
live
of a
near the
lot of
beach.
weight, and I walked probably 20 miles a day.
Caveman style.
Yeah.
Hunter-gatherer, basically.
Yeah. And I had an egg every now and again.
Yeah, they'd have
It
that.
was fantastic. My body at night was... I don't know if people who exercise or whatnot have this, but you sit down and you feel your body burning energy.
I've never felt that.
When you're in bed at night, you can feel the heat coming off you. Incredible.
Really? Just a vivality.
Unbelievable. And I know I shouldn't be vulgar anymore, but you know how...
Be careful.
You know how when you get excited about something and blood goes somewhere on your body, and it's usually a certain level of solid. Whilst I was doing all that exercise, the certain level of solid was extrapolated. So it was like this.
Bro was bricked up.
I was bricked up.
That's See, that tells
That's
you.
where it
though.
comes from.
It tells you though, doesn't it? It works. So is that you now again then? Maybe not just tuner,
Not
but
just
are you...
tuner, but I'm being very careful, but in a good way, as in I'm not punishing myself by going on a diet. I'm treating myself
differently,
kindly.
May I add to this conversation?
No. Yeah, of course.
I was just wondering, Joe, when you were talking there, how much shite you were driveling on with. I was just wondering, what about things that exist in the world that aren't necessarily highly calorific or highly full with fat and salt or whatever, but do taste nice?
Hit me.
Like a smoothie.
Cool, yeah. Live on smoothies. That's a good idea, yeah. Just have smoothies every meal.
All right. Right, what if you're like cooking a meal and that, and you put like a few herbs and a bit of seasoning on and that? That's still fine.
No, of course, yeah, but that pales in comparison to like a pizza in terms of like how much your mouth just explodes with the flavour of it. Some vegetable with herbs on is fantastic, but it's not like a curry or a pizza or crispy chili beef in terms of just like how flavoursome and intensely brilliant it is on your tongue. It's a general idea anyway. So you wouldn't just eat a load of herbs. You'd have herbs with something like some plain rice or some meat by itself or whatever. It's not saying you have to eat stuff that tastes like shit, but you know those things that just are so good that you like kebabs, pizza, like Chinese, whatever, stuff like that. It's so nice.
Weren't we talking about this the other day? What were we talking about?
Generally.
We put it in our mouth and it exploded and it was like crack. Oh, Cinnabon.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cinnabon.
What's a Cinnabon?
Cinnabon is.
That does sound like an illicit drug, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Have you got any Cinnabon?
No, I can't keep hold of it. It's flying off the shelves.
Got any Bon, mate?
No.
Got any Bon?
We had some Cinnabon. I think we talked about this.
We went to Fazenda.
So
we had like
all you
so we had about
meat.
3 hours of red meat, which is probably very conducive to a heart attack. Yeah. And then we were like, we would like something sweet afterwards as well. So we went to Cinnabon, and then we sat in a park like a couple of crackheads.
Just tray upon tray of cinnamon swirl covered in like endless jizz. Oof. Just so much sugar. Like they're like sat in their own fluid.
Do you know what it's
akin
to?
So thick.
Have you seen Futurama episode where it's Slurm?
Yes.
And they go to the factory and they find out what's secret in Slurm.
What is it? It's the little slugs being squeezed.
No, it's the queen slug's arse.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And it's the juice out of her arse, and Fry's like, "Oh, that's disgusting," and he takes another drink.
Yeah, that's what Cinnabon is. And we sat in the park and we should have shared one.
We did. Oh no, we didn't.
We got one each.
Yeah.
We got a Cinnabon each, which is about this big, probably about 900 calories just for that. It's so crazy sweet. And I had it, and honestly, it was the closest I've ever had to an out-of-body experience.
But
my
then
whole
you were like,
brain completely dissolved.
I need to go to the toilet.
I was immediately.
It wasn't like 30 minutes after you had it. It was 5 minutes or 3 minutes after you had the last bite of it.
It completely just destroyed me.
Did you go home or did you go nearby?
I think I came to the studio to the toilet.
Oh, yeah, you did?
Yeah. It was horrific, but so delicious. But yeah, just as a general rule, anyway, it's not. That's what I mean. It's trying to break dieting down to a single sentence.
I must say, I eat terribly. I eat a burger, a pizza, a sushi,
a whiskey drink, a vodka drink, a cider drink. Go on.
Most days.
Right. Sushi's not bad.
Look at me. I'm the epitome of decent health, a great physique. We've gone full circle. Start the podcast. I'm a perfect runner, sportsman, athlete, and that is because of fast foods allowing me to eat quickly and work on other things that I enjoy.
Can I see your nipples?
Yes.
Can I see your stomach?
What?
Can I see your stomach now? Can you stand up?
No, obviously not.
I just want to see it.
Why?
Why not?
It's a podcast.
I want to compare and contrast.
To yours?
Well, I know what mine's like.
Yeah. So you want to compare it to his?
Do you want to see mine?
No, I've seen it. You get it out a lot.
I do.
You get it out and you show us your scars from your kidney transplant, and then you slap your belly and you say, "Do you like that?"
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Yeah.
How do you know? Am I that predictable?
You've literally done it to me half a dozen times in the last 12 months.
That is true.
Can I say something, Joe? Do you know when we're talking about Dom dying and that?
Yeah.
And the whole demons and things?
Mm.
Do you believe in that, Dom, or you just put it on a gag?
I'm going to church on Sunday to get baptised.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're getting baptised?
Yeah.
Really?
It's not funny, Joe.
No, it is funny.
No, it's not funny at all.
It's a little bit funny
It
that
isn't
you
funny.
had heartburn and then now you're religious.
It wasn't heartburn.
Well,
it was
no,
a near-death experience, whether that was practical or spiritual or...
It was nearly a mental death
If you
experience.
believe in something, isn't it true?
No, but it's true that you believe in it. I think that's quite nice. So is this actually happening?
Who's whispering?
No one's whispering.
Someone's
There's just some
whispering.
snickering off in the distance.
Mm.
Are you going to be fonted?
I need to be full dipped, I think. I need to be chucked in.
Like those Cinnabons.
No, you know what I never understood about spicy chicken burgers?
Cinnadon.
They put it... They submerge it
In fat.
like it's being baptized.
Yeah.
I thought they were seasoning and the coat was crispy, but they dunk it in.
Yeah.
Isn't that counterintuitive? Because they make the skin crispy and then they dunk it into a spicy sauce.
But they dunk it into oil. So beautiful, isn't it? One of the great things, isn't it?
No more of those for me.
Are you going to be asked to be dunked into spicy oil? Just as one last kind of
I don't want to be
ride.
dunked. I want to be dunked.
I would love it so much.
What that means to whoever interprets that in whatever way they want. I want to be dunked.
I'd love it if you were like, we'd really like it. I'd really like it if you...
Who are you texting?
You're texting
I'm
us.
texting the pastor.
No, you're texting us.
Oh, you don't remember.
No pasta anymore. You said you're on a diet. You're texting us saying, I'd really like it if you guys came to my... was it a bris? What's happening?
It's not my bris.
What is it?
It's my baptism.
Your baptism. I'd really like it if you came...
Baptism by fire.
Imagine
you came along and I was
Yeah, you just
I was
doing-
just set on fire.
No, well, I was thinking that. So imagine we all come along and you go, this can't be the right place. And you're like,
It's the Stevenson
it's like
Square.
it's like spicy chicken, and you're being lowered into some hot spicy oil, and that's your baptism. You want to go out like a chicken burger.
Dom said his baptism's in Stevenson Square. And then we go, but why? There's nothing there.
There's no
You see me
church
go,
there.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming to my baptism. Baptism by fire.
It's a baptism of
And I
fire.
just get a petrol can to do that, and then but I can't actually use lighters because my
your
thumbs. I'd have to get someone out of the kindness of their heart to set me alight.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So are you actually being baptised, or was that a joke?
You know I am being baptized.
Where? Maybe don't say actually.
The rationale behind that is, and this is my rationale behind it. You can come up in the comments, whatever.
Although don't, because it does upset him.
No, I won't reply. One did upset me the other time, but we reconciled that. I forgot your name, but I love you. Thank you. See, I've toned it down for you, and I can't be rude because Joe's not here. And
This is your.
this is my.
Reasoning.
I'm Jesus rising from that cave. I am that.
Is
And
that-
I said to someone the other day, I'm 33 years old, and this is before my heart attack.
Wasn't a hard time.
And they said, "You're Christ on the cross," and I think that's really got into me.
Isn't that a phrase that people say when you're being annoying? Christ on a cross, Dom. Leave it out, will you?
No.
Oh.
But if my ego wasn't inflated before, I think I'm the second coming of Christ.
So in his 33 years, he did a lot of
I actually shouldn't
miracles.
say that. I'm terribly sorry. That is blasphemy.
Yeah, he did a lot of miracles, helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
What would be the closest thing you've done in your 33 years to a miracle?
Get into music college, I think.
Similar, isn't it?
Yeah. Get a
Well.
girlfriend.
Have you had a girlfriend?
The max amount of time for about 3 weeks.
There you go. That's like loaves and fishes in a way.
Hmm?
Don't matter. So after that, then, are you going to be a practicing Christian?
Well, I thought I could either become a really like hardcore Christian or hardcore Muslim.
Okay.
So I'm weighing those up.
I think post-baptism, you've kind of weighed it up, haven't you?
Yeah, but I can always convert. There's more zeal in a convert, Joe.
Fucking hell. So are you just playing the field religion-wise then?
I'm not playing at religion, Joe.
It sounds like you are a little
I've been
bit.
coming to religion for a long time, but
Are you I can't tell if you're being serious right now, honestly.
semi-serious, yeah.
Okay.
I do put in a character, but genuinely
Yeah,
in
that's
my
what I'm asking, yeah.
actual life, I do go into a lot of churches and I'm getting closer to God.
Okay.
Because I believe that even 100 years ago, this is probably inaccurate, we didn't know that X-rays existed.
Fine.
You know what? No, let me go on.
Whatever
No.
the exact date is, I'll go with you on this. Yeah, it might
We
be.
did
whatever.
not know
Yeah.
that such a thing as X-rays existed.
Okay.
Existed
Sure.
at all in the universe.
Yeah.
What else do we not know about?
Yeah. God.
Many, many, many things. We're so arrogant that we think we know everything. We don't. There's so little we know.
So
Microsoft just brought out a quantum chip.
I thought you were on a diet. Isn't the equivalent of like 1 billion chips in one?
It's like a,
Just slowly
it's like a neutron star
Like
of a Dorito.
Dorito. Yeah, you got salsa on this quantum chip. You're like, Dom, no. You see it immediately. Just,
You couldn't even pick it up. Like, don't do a Dorito.
no, but you say that though. We didn't know X-rays existed 100 years ago, and yet 5,000 years ago, like religions were around, and 2,000 years ago, Christianity was around.
Yeah.
So, aren't we? If anything, though, aren't we learning away from what we used to know rather
Yes.
than learning
it's
towards
ancient
God?
knowledge and wisdom
Yeah.
that we think, in the past, because it was the past, people were less intelligent and aware than we are now.
Right.
I think we're less aware and less connected to the world and the universe than we ever have been, probably.
Yeah, probably right. Speaking of, by the way, dipping. Oh, actually, can we say what's happened? You got a new job.
Yes, but we can't say what fast food outlet it is.
Oh, but we can say it's a fast food outlet.
We can say it's a fast food outlet. And if you saw the trip to Dover or wherever it was, the fast food outlet that I was involved with or had desirous intent to
dealings
go
with.
to,
Yeah.
that's the fast food outlet.
It's very exciting, this.
It's a perfect character for me.
So what?
And I've got words.
You got words?
Yes.
You joking?
I'm a character.
Talk us through it then.
I can't. I actually haven't signed an NDA, so I probably could.
Well, when does it go out?
I don't know, and I don't know where. But I'm a snivelling sidekick character.
But what are you in the advert? Sorry, I can't. No, go on. Tell us what
But
you're.
that's why it's perfect casting.
Yeah, sort of lick spittle wretch.
Yes.
Boy.
They said you're kind of because I didn't read the. I hope they don't watch this. I didn't read the breakdown that thoroughly because I didn't actually want to do it because I didn't want to go to London. So I tried to do the tape badly,
Right.
and that sent it in, and they gave me a recall. Then I went to the recall, and then I tried to do it badly and not give a shit. But every time I don't give a shit about an audition, I usually get the part
What does that say about your method?
because not giving a shit comes across as quite confident.
Right.
Think Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what people think of him.
No.
So it comes across as confident. Turns out if you just do stuff,
Yeah.
regardless of what it is, apart from like sexual violence or murder, and you do it confidently, people will kind of go, oh, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Do you know what I think is a great example of that? Do you know when people you see like imagine
Like Ethan in his job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't question it. When you actually dig through the numbers, I don't think he's done a thing since he started. Yeah. But just because he comes in and says, I've got the body of Mo Farah, whatever it was he said before, I've got the perfect body, therefore all I eat is chips and
Ethan,
I'm fine.
can you send me some nudes? Can I pay like 10 quid for you or something? Send me a nude. I can be like you.
What's just happened?
What?
Why have you got some condoms there?
What are you on about?
Is that a condom?
I don't know what's
Can you
going
go
on.
back on my face? I look quite good today.
You look lovely, Tom.
I think they're from my bag, which is cool.
I'm not so keen on
Sending me nudes.
sending nudes. I've considered it, but I've thought that maybe one day the ramifications will come back to bite me.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
You send
Maybe,
nudes.
Not really.
maybe like
No, I haven't.
you know, have you ever seen Black Mirror when he's like wanking and that, and then he gets sent to fight to his death against another paedophile?
I haven't seen that. What episode's that?
But I would hate
say,
to
what,
be in a
that's not an
conflict
episode
like
of
that.
That's not a episode
That's your
about that.
Friday night. Ethan.
That's just you.
Oof.
Against another paedophile. Is he a paedophile?
No, sorry, I'm not a paedophile, but I'd hate
What
to
are
be.
you comparing yourself to? At the
I have to
moment?
clarify that.
I'd,
Just think it through.
I'd hate to be caught up in such a fiasco where one nude has led to me fighting in the
Another
woods to the
paedophile.
death with a paedophile. It could just spark off, can't it? You never know when one little dick pig's gonna take you.
Can can take you all the way to the top.
Not sure I like that from you, to be honest. Ethan.
Have you ever seen the method of how to take the perfect
No, I
dick
don't.
pic?
I do waste a lot of my time, but I have never.
Can that be a Patreon exclusive from you, Ethan?
Ooh,
Hi, my name's Ethan, and this is how to take a proper smasher.
Well, I could use the phone.
No, we can't.
If you're
Stop.
closer to the base of the phone, it makes the phone look larger if this were a camera.
Okay, this is one of those things where it's like, my friend's done this.
Yeah.
You've
Ethan's definitely done this.
done this.
You came up with this idea. And also, what's the point in sending forced perspective MC Escher style dick pics? And then when you turn up, they go, where's the real one? Surely, if anything, in the pictures, here's what I do. I take it top down. So all they see is basically a chubby polo.
No, you should.
Right? And then when I get the real thing out, they go, oh, that's better than I expected.
No, what you should do, ideally, is take it head on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, just down the lens. It looks like a cat's eye that's been stung by a bee.
that's absolutely revolting.
That's what mine.
That's
Yeah,
really disgusting.
yeah, that was awful.
You
Wasn't
could
it?
do the Hugh Edwards and just stand in the corner
maybe
of
not.
your room.
Let's not talk about that.
Who?
Who? You said you wanted to open a packet of cards. Talk the audience through what this is.
Right, it's Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Where do I look? Here. Magic the Gathering, but it's a collector booster pack.
What does that mean?
So it's for the more degenerates out there who like more shiny cards, more stiff packaging. It's actually very hard to open, difficult to open. So
Want me
it
to open
feels
it?
like you're getting. Yeah, please open it for me.
Yeah.
It feels like you're getting in something
So-
hermetically sealed.
So how much did this package cost?
Well, we know. Don't. I was going to say guess how much it costs.
I know how much it costs. Yeah.
Shall I let the people search how much it costs?
Oh dear.
Oh no! Don't look at any of them.
I'm not going to.
But there's a chance in
Well,
this.
let's just tell you, it's cost 26 quid.
Right. But in
For
this
this
pack
one
of cards, there's a chance you could get a serialized card, one of 500.
There's only 500 in the whole world.
Yes.
Right.
Of Edgar Markov, who's
Who's
a
that?
vampire man. But what are the percentage of getting it?
I don't know.
Less than 1%.
Well,
What's he worth?
I like those.
He's worth
odds.
£4,000 or £2,000.
£4,000.
Yeah.
But if you get a funny number like 1 or 420,
Yeah.
a lot more.
And also, there's other good stuff in basically every
There
one of
is,
these packs
there is.
because that's how they make.
You can get your money back.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. So I can't show the camera really, can I? But I can.
Well,
Miss
can I-
Raven.
Yeah.
Oh, you like them, don't you? Sorry.
Go on, how are we going to do this?
Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
Pack Guardian.
Get to the good stuff.
Okay, sorry. Festering Boar.
That's what you play in that advert, isn't it?
Human. Okay.
It's right. So this is the stuff. Okay, reveal it to the camera then.
Please.
Reveal it to the camera.
Bring it to you, Dom. You're in
back a bit.
focus.
Pull it back a bit. Yeah, there you go. Is that worth anything?
No.
Okay. Is that it?
I got Gitzrog Monster.
Is that good?
Cinema style art.
Is
rare.
that good?
It's worth about £12.
Yeah. Anything? Dom?
Mirror Wing Dragon Mythic.
Ooh,
Anything, is it?
shiny.
No.
Oh,
I got a little bit back there. But I got one I haven't had before.
that's good. So you happy?
Slightly.
How does it feel?
I got one that I haven't got before.
So you're actually all right with it? Did you make your money back?
Doesn't matter, I've got an advert coming.
Okay, so no.
That's my thinking.
Okay.
I've got a poem for you
Oh,
as
cool,
well.
lovely.
A good one this time.
Oh.
A real long one. And a sentence like the old days.
Oh, this
Really-
is great.
really back
I
on
like
form.
it when you've had a near-death experience.
I'm back on
You've shaved
form.
your head, you've written a poem.
Didn't talk about the mayonnaise, but essentially when I was in London, I found this half-eaten jar of mayonnaise on a bench outside a hospital, and it really stopped me in my tracks for about half an hour. I was just laughing.
You texted it to at least 3 people.
I did, and I texted Lizzie and you about this. No, I just sent the picture.
Yeah.
And my head of tutor at Manchester,
At uni.
he didn't mistakenly, but he shouldn't have given me his number, but he gave me his number, and I sent him this pic. The first thing I sent him was this picture of mayonnaise on a bench, and so I've written a poem about the mayonnaise.
What did
on a
he
bench.
say?
Why have you sent me a picture of mayonnaise on a bench?
Great question. What did you say?
Because I thought it could help with your novel.
What did he say?
Thanks.
I'll show
Mayonnaise!
One sec. Let me show everyone the picture. There you go.
It's half eaten.
Mayo on the wall.
Mayonnaise, half-eaten little mayonnaise on a bench outside the hospital on the Euston Road. You stopped me in my tracks, half-eaten jar of mayonnaise, and who could dare to be so bold? Half-eaten mayonnaise left bereft of an owner, eaten with a spoon, a fork, plopped on a bench as condiment. But why here and why now? Or then, perhaps in this malaise of timeline we see ourselves dropped in. War, immorality, sin. Now good is bad, bad is good. Maybe eating half a jar of mayonnaise on a bench outside a hospital on the Euston Road, perhaps with your bare hands for the bustle of man to witness, is a win.
That was absolutely lovely.
And I've got a sentence for you. Okay. All's fair in love or war, but you happen to cross the line if you execute your ex and her family with a crossbow or drop white phosphorus on a civilian population.
That does cross the line, actually.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that at all.
You know who I'm talking to.
Well done. Thanks, Tom. Bye. Same Joe couldn't be here, but hopefully his heels are nice and rested for Tuesday.
Hopefully he's healed up.
Love that from you. Really, really good. Thanks, Ethan. Bye.
This is alright.
Wave, Ethan.
See ya.